Hi there, Frank Pate, Team Infinity Replicast, Adopt a Kid Racer. Hey, so we're just doing a little bit of follow-up work. We've been analyzing some of the results and the feedback from the production class idea that we've talked about. And the one thing that we've seen is that the majority of you that are communicating out there are the dads, and that's what we were wondering. We were wondering, which percentage of the guys that are out there that have an interest in this type of a class were going to be the fathers, and it looks like about 80% of you are the fathers, which is great, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for more of a father and son involvement activity. The one thing that we've seen, and we've analyzed this from a financial basis, I've been in the GP community now since, 94 was when I started, and then I've been back in it since 2004. But about 9 years total in the United States, and then also the North American, Canadian stuff, as well as the English stuff. The one thing that I've seen, of course, has always been the same thing, budget. Everybody's worried about a budget. So these are the things that we've looked at. What could we do a class like this for? We've looked at the cost of the bikes using the Aprilia as the base range. The Yamaha, we believe, the R125 is in the similar range. The R125 is, of course, a four-stroke. It's not quite as much of a bike as the Aprilia is. But the maintenance on it should be pretty safe. The motor seems to be pretty strong from what we've heard over in Europe. The Aprilia is a proven bike, and that's great. That's what we love about it. And 33 horsepower out of that is not real hard to get. So looking at that, using a bike, a season of racing, 6 or 7 race series, spec tires, spec fuel, one set of tires per race weekend, that's it. The idea that we've kicked around is that, if a guy goes out there with his tires from the prior race weekend, he does practice on Friday, qualifying on Saturday, new set of tires, warm up in the morning on Sunday, and the race. And then he carries those to his next round. We would do marked tires, so there'd be no cheating on that one. Fuel, same thing. We'll give you your fuel at the race. You take your fuel, you go, you do your thing. New fuel at every race. So we've got control fuel, control tires, 7 race series, primarily focusing it in an area that keeps everybody close together to minimize budget. We're talking this Eastern Seaboard, because that's where the majority of you guys are voting from and coming from, is on the Eastern Seaboard. It's always been that way with the GP community since I've been involved with it in 2004. The majority is always there. There's a lot of guys in California that are looking and interested, but there's unfortunately not as many guys that actually make it to the racetrack. California's got too many other fun things to do, I guess, so it sidetracks people to motocross and surfing and rock climbing and skiing and all these other different factors that we can do. So it seems like the northeastern guys tend to be the biggest ones. So you guys on the East Coast and the Northeast and the Southeast, you get the kudos pushed in your direction. But if we do this, and we were to bring something over there to the Northeastern and the Southeastern or the Eastern Seaboard, we believe we could put a package together that would probably run a guy, with expenses and everything in the neighborhood of about $9,000 to $10,000 to race the series. Now, that's not including your traveling expenses to get there. But given the option of an $8,000 or $9,000 motorcycle plus repair, we're talking about like, full 7 race bike series, the bike, the tires, the fuel, what it's going to take to keep the bike on the track for that. We're probably talking about, $8,000 to $10,000 maximum, and that's not including crashes, of course. Then the rest of it be your travel expense. So now you've got a budget that's somewhat doable, and of course you've got the bike to keep after the season's over or sell to somebody else. So you're going to be able to recoup some of that money back at the end of the season if your kid goes up to the next level. So it makes it a relatively minimal investment. It might be more of a stretch for some of us than others, but it's a doable investment. It's something that's real. Tuning is relatively simple. We want to know what you think. Those of you that are interested and you think that this would be a workable package, let us know. The sooner you let us know, the faster we can do something about it. We're interested. We see that the environment's interested. We'd like to help do something with this next year. Obviously, we're not going to get rich doing this, so it's definitely just in the direction of putting something out there to help the community evolve. And plus, hey, it gives us a pool of young talent to pick from for future 125 GP and 250 GP stuff. And that's the other facet we looked at. Okay, fine, what can we get out of this? Well, we've got a talent pool that we can actually watch develop and see develop. That allows us to pull future riders up to the 125 and the USGPRU and the 250 and the USGPRU and then the 250 and the 125 in Britain as well. So let us know what you're thinking, okay? Get back to us on the board, privately, however you want to say it. We want to hear what you have to say. Thanks.